Hey guys, it's Miss Bunasser. I'm going to show you how to draw an eye. As we get started on our portraits, I want to do just a bunch of different parts of the face. So with an eye, you want to start with almost like a lemon shape or a football shape. And when you're sketching, you want to keep it light so that way you can erase. So then I'm going to start with the outside of the iris. You want it to be nice and round. And I'm going to try to do just almost like 3/4 of the circle, because that way I can leave room at the top for the eyelid. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the pupil. And the way I like to do the pupil is just to do a circle in the middle. And then you want to shade it in, but you want to leave 2 or 3 like little light dots to make it look like the light is reflecting off of the eye. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shade in my iris. So if you think about your iris, you want to kind of do it like rays of the sun. And I'm going to start really light. So you can see how I'm not really like shading it all in. Kind of doing that. So depending on the color of your eyes, it depends on how dark your iris is. Let's say I have light blue eyes, then I would probably leave a lot of this, maybe just kind of smudge it in with my finger. Or you can use a tissue. See how that gives you some depth. And then on the top, underneath your eyelid, you want to make it a little bit darker, because everybody has a little bit of a shadow from where your eyelid casts a shadow over your iris. So I'm just going to add some dark in there. And you can notice probably that I'm leaving some little white spots here too. And that just gives you a little bit more of a realistic 3D dimension to it. And I'm just going to darken up the edge of my iris here. Now if you have dark brown eyes, obviously you would shade it in darker. So I'm just going to keep smudge that in a little bit. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shade the white part of my eye. Now you don't want to shade it too much, but there is a little bit of a shadow just to make it look three-dimensional. So this is the inside of your corner of your eye, which is actually your tear duct. So when you're crying because you can't go see your friends and you can't go to school, so I'm just adding some shading, or a little bit of light shading around the edges. And then here in the tear duct, I'm just going to add a little bit like this. Go to this side, add some shading. And everybody has a little bit different shape to your eyes. So you can stare at yourself in the mirror when you're really bored. I do that a lot. And really just take your time to look at the shape of your eyes. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and add some eyelashes. Again, everybody's a little bit different. I'm not going to start here. I'm going to start right about here, and I'm just going to go out towards the sides of my eye. Obviously, girls usually have longer eyelashes, not always. Sometimes boys have nice long eyelashes. And then, of course, if you wear mascara, your eyelashes are going to be darker. But notice how I'm not just doing straight lines. I'm doing it very, very sketchy. Because my goal is to try to make it look as realistic as possible. Now for your bottom eyelashes, you really want to kind of do the same thing. I like to start on the outside and go in and keep it really, really sketchy. Almost kind of scribbly as I go along here. And again, you know, it depends on whether you have blonde eyelashes, dark eyelashes, whether you put makeup on. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here, I'm going to shade my eyelid. So where the eyelid creases, you want it to be a little bit darker. And you also want it to be a little bit darker on the sides here. It gives it more of a three-dimensional effect. Again, I'm just going to kind of take my finger and like rub that in a little bit, and it gives it a little more dimension. So this is how you draw your basic eye. And then of course you're going to have a lot of shading all around it. Add a little bit more up here. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice doing as many different eyes as you can and post some pictures of your eyes and show me. You can use pencil. Try it out with color, especially if you like to use colored pencils. And hope you guys are doing well and staying safe.